Alright guys, so I just got back from the grocery store and I am going to show you guys basically what I get at the grocery store for my diet plan, for my meal preps. I usually go to the grocery store like on average about 2 times a week because I run out of things at different rates. So what I'm showing you today is kind of like the bulk of it. Just basically the main stuff in the diet. So the eggs, because basically every single morning, I don't know why I'm doing this, I'm not pregnant, but first of all, let me just tell you, the desert is relentless. It is 106 degrees outside and our power is surging. So our AC is not working properly. And all because of the wind. Well, you would think, oh, we'll go outside, it's windy, it's nice. No, it ain't a cool breeze, dude. It's like a blow dryer. I went outside and my hair was wet because the power went out right when I was about to blow dry my hair. So I was like, okay, I'll just go outside. I went outside and within 2 minutes, my hair was dry. So, anyways, that's why I still look like crap. I know I told you guys that my next video I will try not to disgust you guys every video, but yeah. So, you'll have boiled eggs. I have boiled eggs for every breakfast. On my low carb day, my medium carb day, my high carb day, and sometimes even on my cheat days. I have eggs for breakfast because it's high protein. I like to get the organic eggs, the organic free-range eggs. My husband doesn't eat these, so this is basically just for my diet plan. So what I do, well, I'll go into the meal prep for you guys, but basically you'll eat 2 of these every single morning. When I meal prep, I basically just put all of these in a pot and boil them. And then once they're boiled, I put them back in the carton. See, there's my power again. I put them back in the carton and then put them in the fridge. So it's easy to grab, you crack them and you eat them. So if you're running like late in the morning, or if you've got to be somewhere, or you just don't feel like cooking, it's already cooked. That is the importance of meal prepping. So for my salads, I like to mix kale with spinach, and this time I got Power Greens. It's got baby spinach, charred kale, and mizuna. I'm not really sure what that is. But for your salads, you want dark leafy greens. You do not want romaine lettuce. You don't want iceberg lettuce. You want the good stuff. I like to mix them. So I have that. And then I do cherry tomatoes. I just recently started liking tomatoes. You don't have to do tomatoes. You can literally just do the kale or just do the greens with the chicken and the dressing, and that's fine. But it is good to add, it is okay to add tomato. And let's see, what else do I put in my salads? So I buy 1 cucumber, and this usually will last me 3 to 4 salads. I just chop them up into like quarters, or I don't know the terminology for culinary, but just chop them up, put them in there. And last but not least, for my salad, which, well, I didn't get it this time because I just didn't feel like I needed to. I've gotten to the point to where my stomach has shrunk so much on this diet that it's really hard for me to finish my meals, as little as they are. So before, in my salads, I was adding bean sprouts as well, because sprouts are good for you. But I've just noticed that the more that I add in my salads, the more I end up wasting. And you can add purple cabbage, like the shredded purple cabbage in there too. I cut that out recently because, like I said, my stomach's shrinking, so I don't want to waste food. As far as the dressing goes, you do not want any sort of creamy dressing. I've been getting the exact same thing since I started my diet, and I'm one of those people that I can literally eat the same exact thing every day and just be okay with it. Because my mind switches from eating to eat to eating to feed. And once I get into the eating to feed part, or the eating to feed mindset, I don't really care what it tastes like. I'm literally just eating to fuel my body. So I get this good strawberry vinaigrette. Vinaigrette's good. It's really good. You will usually, because let's see, I just put this on there, and there's my salads. Now, for the diet that I'm on my medium carb day and my high carb day, it asks for you to have a snack after breakfast, 2.5 hours after breakfast, consisting of rice cakes and half a cup of mixed berries. At first I was a little bit weary about the rice cakes because I've always heard that they're just terrible for you. But what I get is the salt-free rice cakes. They only have 35 calories in one rice cake, 7 grams of carbs in one rice cake, and there is no sugar, no fat. So yeah, it's just kind of something it gives you a little bit more carbs, because the whole point of the diet is carb cycling. You need carbs every day. I don't know how people do the no carb diet, because your body literally needs carbs, but it needs good carbs. So I just buy a big thing of this. It's got 14 in here and should last you 2 weeks. Have to do math on my fingers. That was a simple problem. But yeah, this should last you 2 weeks because you eat because you don't even eat a rice cake every day. Don't listen to me. It should last you a while. It's 2 rice cakes with half a cup of either blueberries, blackberries, or strawberries. And what I like to do is I like to put them on top, or I'll take a bite of this and then take a bite of a berry so it adds a little bit of flavor. Again, this has no sugar and no salt. You just want the plain ones. Yeah. So in the mornings, I had to get peanut butter because I was out of peanut butter. On the medium carb days, you will be having for breakfast your 2 boiled eggs and your toast, your 2 pieces of whole grain toast with your peanut butter on it. And if you don't like peanut butter on the toast, you can always just eat 2 tablespoons full of peanut butter. But I always for some reason, well, obviously it's because my stomach has shrunk. The longer I spend eating, the more full I get. So I usually put the 2 tablespoons of peanut butter on my toast. Yeah. And then, of course, the diet you do have to have protein. So this diet is not for vegetarians or vegans. It's not. So it's just not. I buy the big things of raw chicken. It's thawed out. It's not frozen. And the reason why I buy it this way is because when I meal prep, I don't want to have to wait for it all to thaw out. So when I meal prep, I basically just take a chicken breast, cut it into, measure it out because I have a food scale, and I'll show you guys that a little bit later when I show you the food prep video for the week. But I basically measure out the chicken breasts, cut them into 5-ounce pieces, put them in plastic bags, and put them in the fridge. Now for my salads, because the salad for the diet plan, when you eat the salad, it also calls for 5 ounces of chicken. I believe, let's see, I've got it on here. Let me look real fast. Okay, so it's 5 ounces chicken breast with, it's 5-ounce chicken breast, or you can do 4 ounces of cod or 4 ounces of salmon, whatever you do, or whatever you want. It's easier for me just to do the same exact thing. So yeah, but what I do is the stuff, instead of, like I said, eating the big salad and then eating the chicken breast, I cut the chicken breast up and put it in the salad. Obviously the chicken breast is cooked. So when I'm meal prepping with my salads at the beginning of the week, I go ahead and I measure out the 5 ounces of chicken per salad, cook it, cut them up, put them in the salads, throw them in the fridge. The rest of the chicken that is in the baggies in the fridge for the week is for my dinners. So, let's see, so on like your low carb days, for your low carb days, it's chicken breast with asparagus and so on and so forth. So yeah, just buy just plain old, I know I should probably buy the better chicken, like the organic chicken, but there's not many options out here in the desert. And I got something for me. This is not on the diet plan, but I am obsessed with spicy stuff, especially habanero. So I got myself some habanero taco sauce that I plan on putting on my food when I have cheat days. But yeah, so there is my grocery shopping trip. All of this cost me $40. So if I'm on average spending, about $30 every time I go to the grocery store, I'm probably spending about $70 to $80 a week on groceries. So I know it can be hard when you are in a relationship or you're married or you have a partner or whatever and you live with them and they're not on the same diet plan. That was one of my struggles, is I'm on this diet and my husband's not. So we don't eat the same thing ever. He comes home and because my meals are 2.5 hours apart and I'm on like a time schedule, I've usually already eaten dinner. So then he cooks himself food. But with that being said, $80 a week to feed just you really isn't that bad. We have probably saved $200 a month because we don't go out to eat anymore. We go out to eat maybe once a week for a cheat meal instead of we were going out to eat an average of 3 to 4 times a week, maybe more. And we cooked and ate the exact same thing. And my husband has to carb load and he has to eat a whole bunch of stuff. I can't do that because I was literally blowing up. Well, not literally, but you guys get what I mean. So when you think about it, $80 a week for me and my groceries. I pay for my own groceries and then he buys his own groceries. And then of course, if we go out to eat, we split it. But yeah, that was my grocery shopping experience. Obviously, this isn't all that's on the diet. This is just all that I bought today. I will show you some of the stuff that I already have. So basically, when you have your toast on your medium and your high carb days, you want to get a whole grain bread. And I like this bread a lot. It's organic bread, the whole grains. It is Dave's Killer Bread. I love this stuff. So this is what you want. You want a whole grain bread. You don't want white. You don't want wheat. You want whole grain. So, yeah. So there's my toast. As far as yogurt goes, because the diet calls on your medium and high carb days, right before you go to sleep, like within an hour or two of bed, you're supposed to have protein, like high amounts of protein. The best source of protein, other than meat, is yogurt. So my diet originally called for low-fat yogurt, but I personally like the non-fat yogurt. It has to be Greek. It cannot be plain. It has to be Greek yogurt. I like this brand because it has 23 grams of protein in 1 cup. So, that's a lot of protein. And now I don't like to eat this yogurt by itself. It's awful. If you like the taste of it, I'm so happy for you. But in addition to that, it calls for half of a cup of berries. So if you have a blender, because you can throw the berries in the yogurt and eat it that way, but you're still gonna get tastes of that nasty plainness. Do not add any honey. Do not add any sort of sugar. So what I've been doing is I have a Ninja blender, and you don't have to get a Ninja, just any sort of food processor or blender works, is blend it all together. So it's no longer plain yogurt, it is now a blueberry or a blackberry or a strawberry yogurt. That, I mean, because you have to have the berries too. It's not just like, that's not something that I added into it. That's a part of the diet. So again, this is my yogurt. I chose the 0 fat plain Greek yogurt. The diet does call for low fat, but I prefer this. And I haven't noticed it mess with me too much. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far, well, we'll go into the pantry. So with the oatmeal, because you will be eating oatmeal on your low carb days for breakfast in addition to your eggs. Quaker Oats Steel Cut. It doesn't have to be Quaker. That sounds funny. It doesn't have to be Quaker Oats, but it should be steel cut oats. Those are better for you. The way that they're processed is better for you. And what you want to do a little under 1/4 a cup, and I know that's not very specific, but the diet originally called for 1 package of sugar-free oatmeal. However, I was never able to find the prepackaged sugar-free oatmeal. So what I did is I did a little bit of math, because my wonderful father-in-law provided me the calories for that 1 packet of sugar-free oatmeal, and I compared it to the calories and the servings for this, and basically it equates to about a little under 1/4 a cup of this dry oats. So there's that. And honestly, I bought this at the very beginning of my diet. It's been 6 weeks and I still have not run out. And then you do a cup of rice, not a cup of dry rice, but a cup of like cooked brown rice. Obviously, I like to go for the organic stuff. You don't have to, but I like to, because this is just my food. And it's real, like when you think about it, if this food is just for one person, you can spend the money on it. Now, I could understand if like people have the mindset of, oh, organic stuff is so much more expensive, because normally organic stuff comes in smaller packages, and if you're feeding it to your entire family, you're gonna run out of it a lot quicker. But if it's just for one person, why not? Just get the organic stuff. Again, I bought this at the beginning of my diet, and you literally only do the brown rice twice a week. So that's on your high carb days. That's on a Wednesday and a Sunday. And it's a 1/2 cup of cooked brown rice. What I like to do, because the rice takes a little bit of time to cook with my meal prepping, I will cook a bunch at the beginning of the week. And it usually lasts me a week or two. Yeah. But yeah, that is my grocery shopping for my diet. And I can't wait to update you guys. I will be making a meal prepping video. Oh my God, my eyebrow. I will be making a meal prepping video to show you guys how I do it, to make it easier for you so you're not getting overwhelmed. But for now, I have to go because my child is hungry.